I'm going to show you is how to jam with iPads in such a way that they'll stay in time with each other and they'll stay in key with each other when you're working with them. You can jam with iPads at any point using instruments, but you've got to play in time and you've got to make some decisions about how you're going to do that. But if you use GarageBand and you use the built-in jam function, then if you're using instruments that already have rhythms within them, then those rhythms are going to automatically sync together and they're going to come in on the beat together. So that's really useful, because it means that people who want to have fun making music can make music quite quickly, explore the sounds, explore the instruments, but they don't need to be super accurate on how they're playing. Before you start to do the jam, you need to make sure that all three iPads are on the same Wi-Fi network for this to work, because it uses Wi-Fi to sync them up. So they need to be on the same Wi-Fi network, and they all need to be running the same version of GarageBand and the same version of iOS. So within that, you then need to decide which one of your iPads is going to lead your jam session. So one of them is effectively in charge. One of them decides the tempo and the key signature, and all the rest then follow automatically. So I'm going to make this one on the end my band leader. Before we go into sort of making sounds, I just want to show how the sounds are coming together. So I'm using one of these. It's called a Rockstar, and it's made by Belkin, and it's a slightly more clever version of a headphone splitter. So you've got one going in, and then you've got another 5 that you can connect to. So originally this was designed so you could plug it into, you know, an iPod, and then 5 people could listen to it on headphones as headphone sockets. But it also works kind of as a mixer. So what I've got is I've got one iPad going in with the green cable, and then another iPad going into another one there, and another iPad going into that one there, and then out of one of the others, that's my cable that's going to my powered speakers, so we can all hear what we're doing. So back to the jam session. This is going to create the session. So there's a little button with a little music note on it, and you click that and then you say create session. And this says I'm the band leader and I'm waiting for band members to join. So I'm going to click the same little music note on this one here, and it says looking for jam sessions. Join the session on the iPad, Readipop's iPad, and then this one's looking for jam sessions, and hopefully that's going to join us too. Okay, so this iPad here is controlling the jam session, and these two are joining in and being controlled by it. So what does that mean? So it means if I click on the little spanner icon and say I want the key to be A minor, and I want the tempo to be 100 BPM, these two will now also be in A minor at 100 BPM automatically. Another important thing is to turn the metronome off on all of them, otherwise you get 3 or 4 metronomes. You can use up to 4 iPads, so you don't necessarily want to be hearing 4 lots of the metronome all going at the same time. So the other thing is to press play. So if you press play, then they're all working together in time. And the action of pressing play then means that your chord patterns and your autoplay patterns and your sequences and your arpeggios will automatically come in on the first beat of the bar. So these are all working now, so now I can randomly play stuff and it will be in time. I don't need to press right on the beat, but I'm just going to play something now. So. Useful. If you want to find out more, you can also contact us at Readipop. or come along getting involved in some of our networking events and CPD events, or you can drop us a line and ask us some questions.